Hi, I'm Travis Elliott with National Control Devices. Today I'm going to be talking to you about which communication protocol to select. We've already kind of covered in a previous video which relay to select. We've also covered A to D. So let's talk about communication protocols. We have two different basic ways of connecting to our devices, either via wired communication or wireless communication. In this video, I'm going to cover our wired communication products. I have four different ways of doing it here. The first way that I'm going to talk about is Ethernet. The nice thing about Ethernet is if you need to control our device from multiple computers over a network, well, this is just exactly what you need. It's perfect for that. Think of it as a network printer. You have one printer in an office building, and you have multiple computers, and they can all print to that printer. That's kind of what this is. All those computers can access this device over the network, just the same way as you can a printer. There's also provisions for controlling this device over the internet. It'll take some specialized software and some network server configurations. So look into that if you're interested in that sort of thing. It's really good for that type of application. The next one I'm going to talk about here is our serial controllers. These are we sell a lot of these. This is a really popular choice. The main reason is it's so simple. You just will take this controller here. We have some controllers that have a DB9 connector right on board. Other ones you can buy expansion cards that have the DB9 connection and the power connection here. But like with this board here, all you would do is connect your serial cable here, attach the other end to your computer, and then connect your power supply. What's going to happen is your computer is going to assign a COM port for that serial connection on your computer. Once you figure out which COM port you're attached to, you just start talking directly through that COM port using your software platform like Visual Basic or Visual Studios. So there's no drivers to install. You just plug this thing in and start talking to it. Really easy setup. So that's the great thing about this. The next one's USB. We have a bunch of controllers that have USB connections right on the controller. These are really nice because pretty much every computer in the world has a USB connection, whereas some of them aren't using serial connections anymore. So that's what these are really nice for. One thing they're not good for is controlling inductive loads. Be sure and read the inductive load article and watch the inductive load video that I've posted. Now the way that this works is you're also going to talk to this through a COM port, but it's really called a virtual COM port. You'll have to download drivers from our website to create a virtual COM port, which is really easy. Just get on there, select your operating system, and download the driver. It'll run in the background, you'll never even know it's there. Then when you open your device manager and view your COM ports, you'll see this virtual COM port showing up, and you can start communicating to it directly through Visual Studios, Visual Basic, whichever software platform you use. So that's really nice for that. The next one is fiber optics. We designed our fiber optic controllers specifically for controlling inductive loads. The reason being, there is no hardwired connection between this and your computer. You have these cables here, but it's not a wired connection. It's a channel through which communication goes. On one end, you have a light that flashes, and then on the other end, you have a receiver that reads those light flashes. So there's no way for EMI to get through this cable. You can make these fiber optic cables up to 24 feet long, and you can control large motors or things of that nature. So that's perfect for that. If you're controlling inductive devices, look into this first. If it doesn't work, move on to something else like maybe serial or wireless or possibly Ethernet communications. I don't recommend using USB. It can be done by doing induction suppression techniques, which are outlined in the induction suppression video. So be sure and look into that. Now another way to connect to our controllers is using a USB to serial adapter. Say you have a USB port on your computer but you want to use one of our serial devices. This is really pretty easy to do also. You'll just purchase this here, which is a USB to serial adapter we sell, and you'll download a couple of drivers, and then what you'll do is this has a serial connection on one end and a USB connection on the other. So you'll connect this directly to your DB9 connection on our controller, and then you will plug in a USB cord to the other end of the serial USB adapter and attach it to your computer. After you download the drivers, you'll have a virtual COM port that you can communicate to this board through directly. So it's really a pretty easy way of doing that, and it's really pretty cost effective. These things are pretty cheap. So look into that as a possible option also. This pretty well covers our wired communications. I'll go in more depth with each one of these in some following videos, but this kind of gives you a basic idea of what these different types of devices are good for. One thing I want to mention also about the fiber optic controller is this one here has a card that connects to your computer through a USB line. You can also control this through Zigbee and Wi-Fi. So there's different ways of doing it. I'll go into that more in depth later, probably in the fiber optic videos. So be sure and watch for those to come out. This pretty well covers it though, and hopefully this has helped you select a wired connection, or maybe pushed you into using a wireless connection, either one. So that's it, and I look forward to seeing you in the more videos that I'll be posting on the website, and be sure and check them out. Thank you.